Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm African, so I'm Africanly dressed. And permit me and excuse me, we wear our hats indoors. Thank you very much. I have 10 minutes, and I hope in my 10 minutes, I will define some words that have been used here a lot. But I'm very convinced that you are shortchanged in the meaning of the word. I have sat here since the beginning of this summit and had almost everyone use the word globalization. Globalization. And when they show the map of where they've been, you see Europe, Asia, and nothing in Africa. Very strange. You know why economies collapsed? Saturation. The reason your economy collapsed in Europe so easily and restart is because everything is saturated. So you want to globalize, you want to look outwards to find new markets. In finding new markets, you have left out the biggest emerging market in the world, Africa. I come from Nigeria. We have 170 million citizens in Nigeria. Our electricity generation, highest ever generated, is 4 gigawatts. That is less than half of what Spain generates. As back so little as 10 years ago, we didn't have the mobile phones. Today, we have over 60 million mobile phones in Nigeria. I'll tell you one more story. 2 years ago, I've been an entrepreneur for about 15 years now. 2 years ago, I was walking down the street of London, and I heard someone say Scotland has the best wind in Europe, so they run on renewable energy. And I asked a simple question: what is the average wind speed in Scotland? They said about 7.2 meters per second. I went back home and decided to ask a simple question to my engineers at home. What is the average wind speed you have in Nigeria? And I got 9 point, 8 point, 7 point, and that threw me aback. Put a small team together, sent out an RFP. Okay, we want to start generating wind electricity. The RFP went around Europe, so many companies quoted for it, and then a lot of them backed out. We had one, we entered pre-engineering, they backed out. We had the biggest company in wind, send out their quotes, and later say, you know what? Africa is not our market. And then I found a company in Spain that said, you know what, let's see what happens. And we started a year and a half ago. We started talking, and in 1 year, they got a project that was over $300 million. And they brought 2 more Spain companies that are doing very well in Nigeria. I ask you, if you're trying to expand, Spain is a very good choice. I know a little bit of your history. You conquered Europe, conquered California, conquered Americas. But you went left all the way, you came right, and stopped in North America. You forgot sub-Saharan Africa. And we have the numbers. You don't need so much as to innovate to be able to satisfy our need. I have sat down here and seen product that will sell on the streets of Africa and put the much needed dollars, but nobody's looking that way. Everybody's looking at Europe, where you have to be better than your competition. We do not have competitors in Africa. And we have the numbers. I know what's on your mind. Oh, security. First of all, let me clear it round. Our security challenges are not African-born, if you know what I'm saying. They are imported. They just find a new ground to exhibit their little madness. But companies, I've sat down here, I saw companies that are doing very well, talk about how well they're doing, forget to tell you about the balance sheets they're picking up from Africa. We have them. Google is there. Microsoft is there. Accenture is there. These are companies. Look at your statistics. 10 years ago, there was no African on the Forbes list of rich men. Now we have 3 Nigerians competing, and they do not have investment anywhere outside Africa. And their investments are so basic investments. So what is Spain waiting for? You should look into Africa. You want to say, okay, you know what? The security challenges is so much. Your embassies are there. You have Spanish people working in Nigeria. If you even have a problem, I tell you what they do. You hire locals, train locals, and then you run the company from Spain. It's simple. You train the locals, hire them. You don't want to go? Stay. The internet is everywhere. Hire locals, bring them here for 2 weeks, train them exactly what you want them to do, send them back home, and they will do it and remit it to you. It's that simple. But I'm telling you, you can no longer ignore the black continent. Look, you've handed over your birthright to the Asians. They have taken the black continent and they are smiling to the banks with it. But we are okay, no, we are Europeans who want to stick with Europe. But I hope that I've used my 10 minutes to convince you. If you want to innovate, if you want to succeed, look our way. I just looked at a company here today that is making portable generators. Every home that I know in Nigeria has a diesel generator. Because you can have power at best 5 hours a day. After that, if you can afford it, you run on diesel generator. And he spoke about India, spoke about everywhere. He didn't mention Africa. And he's looking for 5 million euros. There are towers, telecommunication towers everywhere in Africa. In Nigeria, so many of them that are running. All the telecommunication towers are not on the grid by law because they take away too much power, so you put them on diesel generators. It's a good business. You could replace it in 5 minutes. You can sign up a contract if you believe it works so well, walk into the companies and sign it up. I'll give you an example of a company, a telecom company, who entered Nigeria just 2004, MTN. They took the risk. They came into Nigeria, 4 people. 4 people. 4 South Africans came into the country, did whatever they wanted to do. 6 years down the line, they are turning over sending home money, $3.5 billion. We looked at them yesterday, last 6 months ago, when they declared their interest, and they just outsource everything to Nigerians. Please, I flew across the Atlantic because I have business partners here. I'm doing business with them, but I think that I have told you what you need to hear. Spaniards are warriors. Spaniard conquers left. Come right, go further right, forget North America, and come into Sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you very much.